Howdy, I am here today to talk your ear off in a segment I will call Why Not? This segment, I will just go about my day and exist and talk about things that I like to hear about. Uh, Personally, I wanted to start this a while ago because this is something I think I should probably do in case I don't have anything else to listen to. But here I am procrastinating, as always. Um, and honestly, what the reason why I want to do this in specific is I am a person who can't stand not having sound. I can exist in the void as much as I want, but I need some sort of sound to do it. And unfortunately for me, I am not a very talkative person. I don't tend to talk a lot out loud unless I'm very comfortable with who I am talking to because I haven't I am not an extrovert. I don't have the desire to just pull someone aside and say, "Hey, I want to talk about this thing. Do you want to talk about this thing too?" Cool. No, that's not something I do. So, talking with myself, someone I should be the most familiar with and yet am not, I think this is a healthy way to just talk and exist and hear out like different subjects throughout my day, especially if said subject is bothering me a lot. So, to start off, I want to talk about hyperfixations. Hyperfixations, by definition, are something that you obsess over. You think about it constantly, and I don't mean for like minutes at a time. I'm saying it's always there, it's always somewhere in your head, and it exists solely to be there. Anything can trigger it. It could be a character, it could be a plot point, it could even be the setting in which this thing has taken place of. For me, more often than not, it's the characters that draw me in, and I sit and I stay and I exist with the story. And then when that story is paused or it's over, I will end up taking it and going farther. Me being the silly little artist that I am, I tend to draw a lot. And drawing hyperfixations, while yes, it is an amazing thing to do because I have free will, it could also be the most stressful thing ever because this is something that my own brain has latched onto, and it gets into the headspace where if I don't get it right, it will in fact just come back to bite me. So with that being said, I have fallen into one of those recent ruts where my art has taken a downhill turn, at least in my eyes, and it will not exactly go back up for me. How I tend to get around this is I tend to watch media that I like. This can involve animation, true crime, basically anything that I would find interesting. And more often than not, I tend to get hooked on the animation and storyboard aspects of different things. Hello, bird. Um, and one of my most recent ones is that of Spider-Man, specifically the No Way Home and Into the Spideyverse, because I am in absolute awe of the art style there, and basically all the storytelling it does specifically with its art. My brain didn't latch onto the characters this time, even though their designs do tell a good chunk of the story. It latched specifically onto how those characters were designed and how they got them to move in a comic book style. Um, I've noticed that with media that I like, I tend to try and acclimate it into my own designs as well. And I'll take like different snippets and pieces of that media and incorporate it into my own art. So that's usually why I like to watch it a lot, especially when I'm in a art block stage, or in a stage where my art isn't exactly improving and I am unhappy with how it currently looks. Anyhow, the reason why I bring up Spider-Man and the Spideyverse is because with the comic book style, they tend to use a lot of exaggerated figures and thought bubbles and all this. And I think that is really cool because it helps in adding more to the characters and story than just voice acting alone. And I think character design and all that is one of the main key factors that you need in telling a story, as it can tell the viewer how that person grew up, what happened to them in the past, and how they are existing today. Say like you have a sad character and they dress in more uh blues and purples and just generally look sad. This could indicate to the audience that, hey, this is a sad character, they don't like to talk much, they'll probably be moping for a good part of our story, unless you want to switch that up and make this a very happy character. They just tend to wear a lot of sad colors. And while I like that, I think color theory and uh, all this such is a good way to tell a story, and it can actually help drive a story forward if you match up the colors with their respective owners. So say like you want a recognizable character and you want them to have a specific color palette, say like red, you could associate that color with them specifically. Anything they have is red. uh just their surroundings, and make them draw the attention with their color. I think I have talked enough, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. You all have a lovely day, and hopefully, I will probably be doing this again.